Bye-bye.
What are you doing in there?
Can't eat the book, Missy.
We wanted this week to talk to you a little bit about sort of Ian's diagnosis of diabetes and what that has been like. That happened in January this year. I've been a type 1 diabetic since I was 12, and Mike and I had talked a lot about it before we had kids, but there was only about a 4% chance that our children would have it.
Within a couple weeks of diagnosis, Ian was put on a continuous glucose monitor. It just continuously monitors his blood sugars. It gives us warnings if he's high or low. And then we also were able to get him on an insulin pump, which provides a continuous amount of insulin throughout the day.
It is challenging because a lot of times people think that you just eat and take medication and then you're fine. And it's just so much more than that. Between Mike and I think we're looking at his blood sugar several times an hour, that we're just monitoring him to see where he's at and if his blood sugar is going higher, if it's going lower, sort of making sure that he's safe.
Hello everyone. We just wanted to give you a glimpse into what it's like to live in Chicago. I love living in Chicago. I try and walk as many places as I can or take public transportation. Catherine and I walk to school whenever we can, or she scooters, because it's fun when the weather is nice and allows. And one thing we love about Chicago is we live about within 5 miles of almost anything you could want to do, and we try and take advantage of it as much as possible.
Yeah, and along that line, we both work full time, so I take the train into downtown every day, and the kids think that's really cool that Mom takes the train. Hello. Hi. Hello, Mrs. Kai.
When Lorenz and I found out that we were pregnant with Kai, we always imagined that we would have all the time in the world to spend with Kai. But of course, life hasn't been that way. Lorenz and I both work full time, and we both really enjoy our careers. We have a few hours in the morning before we go to work, and then as soon as we get home from work, that's when all the craziness starts.
Well, life in a household of 8 Gables is pretty interesting. After we get up in the morning, there's always 3 meals between us and bedtime, so that's always a circus act.
Feels like we're constantly cleaning up, and then of course we love to get outside with it being summertime. The girls, we go to ride our bikes to the park, sometimes to the library.
Go to the pool sometimes.
Here comes Kelly!
Explore in the backyard, find the wildlife in our backyard, and just kind of have fun. It's always an adventure in our house.
For sure.